There's just been a shocking revelation from federal authorities regarding a highly private and scandalous video involving none other than Jay-Z and Beyoncé, reportedly taken during a wild party hosted by Diddy. Apparently, during a Homeland Security raid on Diddy's properties, some rather intriguing discoveries were made, including compromising footage featuring numerous beloved celebrities caught in scandalous situations. Speculation is rife that Diddy intentionally leaked this footage to authorities as a form of revenge against the Carters, allegedly due to their perceived lack of support during his legal battles. It seems he's on a mission to embarrass them at any cost. Adding fuel to the fire, an unsettling audio clip allegedly featuring Meek Mill and Diddy has surfaced, courtesy of Diddy's former bodyguard.
Beyoncé and Jay-Z have just been yanked into the heart of Diddy's exploding scandal. Federal agents reportedly seized footage showing them at one of Diddy's freak-off parties, and that footage allegedly involves minors. Diddy's empire is burning, and he's not going down alone. Sources say he's naming names, and the Carters might be at the top of that list.
Did you see where Jay-Z and Beyonce's daughter, Blue Ivy, introduced her salon son to your song, Shake Something?
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. You know what I mean? I ain't know how true it was or not, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know, if it come from in-house, you know, it's validated, but that's dope. It don't surprise me. I actually met Beyonce before. That was one of the people be like, who you met? You know what I'm saying? That like it threw you out, like it took you back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Beyonce, she I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib. Like the influx of people, he had put them out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there. Me and, you know, maybe about 15 others, you know.
Right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce being, you know, two of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put it into perspective of the type of company I was in at the moment, you know. And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to. Beyonce, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me, man. That was dope. That was super dope.
Immediately, Beyoncé's legal team went into crisis mode, demanding platforms scrub interviews, including clips from Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal. Even Piers Morgan reportedly edited down his episode under pressure. The panic is loud and fast, so what's in those tapes?
Jay-Z has been accused of being Jay-Ziddy, being Diddy's lieutenant, being Diddy's buddy. Okay, now Jay-Z got accused of raping a 13-year-old. Okay, however, there was an extortion motion that he filed. There was an extortion complaint that he filed a few weeks ago, where he went as John Doe. Unfortunately, in that complaint, it says that he is actually being accused of multiple instances of rape with both boy minions and girl minions. It gets deep. Now, there's a battle of words between Jay-Z and Tony Busby. Jay-Z said Tony Busby's corrupt. Tony Busby said, you got a lot to say about me, but you are silent on whatever these issues are. Me thinks you protest too much. They are literally trying to put Tony Busby under, even though the one thing that can actually quiet Tony Busby up is
Jay-Z is now named in a civil suit with allegations of assault involving both boys and girls. While Jay has gone quiet, the accusations keep stacking. Jaguar Wright claims both Jay and Bey were regulars at Diddy's events, and they weren't just watching.
With Diddy now facing the scrutiny of a federal investigation, it's only natural that fans are taking a magnifying glass to every little detail of Diddy's friendship with Beyoncé and Jay-Z. Turns out Beyoncé is facing some pretty eyebrow-raising accusations lately. I'm talking about everything from claims of sabotaging other black female artists to allegations of her dabbling in witchcraft. And guess what? These accusations aren't just popping up out of nowhere. They're coming from people who were once in Beyoncé's circles. Let's talk about Kimberly Thompson, Beyoncé's former drummer. Back in 2018, she shook things up by dropping a bombshell accusation claiming that Beyoncé was knee-deep in what she described as extreme witchcraft. Thompson even filed for a restraining order against Beyoncé, claiming that she was using spells and magic to mess with her even after she moved to another city to escape.
Federal raids turned up hard drives and videos, footage showing A-list celebrities in disturbing, even criminal situations. Some question why only 2 of Diddy's homes were raided. Did someone inside tell the feds where the real files were?
Beyoncé is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything, just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say so?
I mean, probably not, considering she's gonna be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there.
With over 60 lawsuits closing in, insiders say Diddy is trading footage for freedom. He's offering names, timelines, faces. If true, the Carters aren't just risking reputation, they're facing potential criminal fallout.
A shocking new lawsuit against music mogul Diddy has emerged, alleging that Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and LeBron James witnessed an incident of humiliation at one of Diddy's notorious freak-off parties. The event allegedly took place during a birthday celebration on Star Island in Miami in April 2015. The plaintiff, Joseph Manzaro, claims he was given substances without his consent and brought to the Diddy party as punishment for perceived disloyalty. Upon arriving at Star Island, he encountered LeBron James walking down a hallway, clad only in a bath towel. The lawsuit quotes LeBron as saying, quote, "Y'all better do something about that," end quote, when he saw Manzaro's condition. Manzaro was then guided through an underground tunnel into Diddy's mansion, entering a sprawling party area where he spotted Beyoncé and Jay-Z. He alleges that he was paraded around the mansion with a rock strapped to his face, while Diddy instructed guests to mock him. Beyoncé reportedly questioned, quote, "Why is this half-naked white man with a rock mask standing here in front of me," end quote. A friend of Diddy allegedly replied, "Diddy wants him to see what we do to those who betray us. This is part of his punishment." The lawsuit states that Manzaro was moved through multiple rooms, enduring ongoing humiliation. Importantly, Manzaro is not suing Beyoncé, Jay-Z, or LeBron James. His lawsuit targets Diddy, former adult film star Adria English, who allegedly led him around, and Brendan Paul, accused of supplying substances. While Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and LeBron James are not defendants, their alleged presence has sparked significant media attention. Diddy denies all claims. This just in.
One lawsuit claims Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and LeBron witnessed a ritual humiliation event at a freak-off. They weren't sued, but their alleged presence alone is now fueling a fire the internet can't ignore.
A new Diddy accuser claiming he was sexually assaulted, raped, and humiliated at a freak-off party in Miami, and that other big stars saw him in rough shape. TMZ is all over this story. Branson Quirk joining us live. Now, Branson, let me get this right. This new Diddy accuser is basically claiming he was sexually assaulted at the freak-off party, and he claims that other celebrities were there as well.
Yes, exactly. In this lawsuit, it's important to note that these names are not being sued, but they are named as witnesses inside this lawsuit, those names being Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Gloria Estefan, as well as LeBron James. Just to paint you a little bit of a picture of this horrific lawsuit, a man by the name of Joseph Manzano, he claims that he had, in the beginning of this lawsuit, he claims that he woke up in a mansion, this is way back in April of 2015, in a mansion owned by Gloria and Emilio Estefan, and when he woke up not knowing how he got there, he was then led through a tunnel to Diddy's house, and we can confirm that Diddy, his home is nearby to Gloria and Emilio Estefan's home, and once he was through this tunnel, he eventually came across and claimed that LeBron James was walking by in a towel of sorts, saw him in rough shape, and said, someone's got to do something about it.
Teen victims are speaking. One girl says she was flown in for an audition, drugged, assaulted, and filmed. A boy says Jay-Z knew about what was happening. Over 1,000 victims have come forward with documentation and screenshots.
YouTube, how y'all doing, man? Joe Rogan. Hey, I'm on my way back to the Philippines, man. I'm gonna do another month there. Y'all pray for me and my flight and everything. I'm nervous, man. They saying these planes dropping out the sky. I ain't even gonna call it like that. He got my back, but I'm gonna say my prayers. Okay, Lord, I'm trying to help people. Can you help me to help people? Anyway, check this out, man. We're going to promote the Music Recording Network stream, our new stream channel. It ain't new, but we are hoping that people will actually go over there and subscribe to the Music Recording Network stream. Support Uncle Mike, help a brother out. Appreciate it. You can type in on the search engine the Music Recording Network stream. Scroll down a little bit, you'll see the world with the yellow written stream. That's our other channel. There should be links below if you want to just do a link or something. Do the voice talk.
An ER report matches the exact time and location of a Diddy event. That's no coincidence. That's evidence. The silence from Beyoncé and Jay-Z, deafening.
It's at Diddy's house.
This is how Joe Rogan reacts when his news feed gets flooded with P. Diddy news.
It's there. My news feed is dominated by it. Fox News, CNN, everyone. There's raids at Diddy's house.
Now, Diddy's in a tricky situation. I think it's over.
You think it's over?
I think it's over for him as like a figure in entertainment.
Right. But you think it's over as him as far as
jail?
like he gets a cell right next to R. Kelly?
I don't think so. I don't think he gets locked up.
I think he skates.
I think he skates. Or he goes to like Bali.
That's a move, huh?
Now the whispers say the tapes are leaking, even appearing on the dark web. One name keeps returning, Kim Porter. She reportedly had her own footage and was working on a tell-all before her sudden death.
When you want to get with your significant other and you just want to just get into that mood, that groove, it starts off and you can like dance together on some R&B music. And it's very extremely soulful, unapologetically sexy.
Yeah. Sexy.
Okay? And then it just jumps right into just straight bam, bam, bam.
Okay, yeah.
It's crazy.
Are you saying you can keep rhythm to this?
You have to keep rhythm. And you know what we call it? This album is for the strokers.
Jaguar Wright claims Kim was silenced, and now others speaking out say they're being stalked, hacked, followed. This isn't paranoia, it's a pattern.
One thing that really stands out that she says is that at one point Diddy had a knife inside her mouth and then says, "I'm going to give you a Glasgow smile," which is, you know, slitting someone's cheeks. But he's warned against it by a member of his team, saying Diddy's associates would prefer it if she, referring to Ashley, looked normal. She also says that they said to her they could ship her off and sell her to anyone in the world and she'd never be seen again by her parents or loved ones. Now, Ashley did make a police report in 2018 at the time of the alleged incident, and the Contra Costa Sheriff's Department confirmed her report was thoroughly investigated and it was determined the claims were unfounded. Diddy's team said Mr. Combs was nowhere near Orinda, California on the day that she claimed she was assaulted. There's no evidence that Mr. Combs was ever even in the same room as the alleged victim. She's completely unbelievable and no sane person who views the evidence will credit her story.
What celebrity was Diddy obsessed with coming to his parties but never actually showed up? Actually, the answer is 2 celebrities. And in addition to being celebrities, they're actually royals. Diddy's former publicist who worked for him between 2002 and 2004. He recently spoke to BBC News saying that Diddy was, quote, obsessed with Harry and William. During the time he worked for Diddy, he claims that he invited Prince William and Prince Harry to his parties over 10 times. He apparently even offered to cover their travel expenses, their hotel, and security, but Harry and William never accepted the invite. Diddy's former publicist claims that this obsession makes sense because Diddy used to think of himself as a king, so of course he would want Harry and William in his entourage. But like I said, clearly they never wanted to be a part of it. Alright, now I want to hear your thoughts on Diddy allegedly being obsessed with Prince Harry and William attending one of his parties. Let it out in the comments, and don't forget, for more trending news, follow us at What's Trending.
Jaguar and Gene Deal say they've been blocked from venues, their phones tapped. They're still speaking, but fear is rising, because everyone knows how this ends when too much truth gets out.
Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer had a bizarre explanation for why the rapper had so much baby oil. While speaking to the press, his lawyer Mark Agnifilio responded to claims that 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant were confiscated from Combs' homes in Miami and LA. Agnifilio told the New York Post, "I don't think it was 1,000. I think it was a lot. I mean, there is a Costco right down the street. I think Americans buy in bulk, as we know."
Diddy's lawyers can't laugh this off anymore. The evidence is mounting, the feds aren't backing down, and Diddy is flipping. And if he goes to trial, the Carters may be next in line.
to another civil lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs. This one is seeking $5 million for an alleged armed confrontation dating back nearly 30 years. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky, is here with more for us. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Michael. Sean Combs is now facing nearly 36 civil lawsuits. This latest one's a little different. It does not allege sex assault, but an assault with guns. This morning, a man is suing Sean Diddy Combs for $5 million to compensate him for what he alleges was an armed confrontation. DeWitt Gilmore says he was leaving a New York City club in 1996 when Combs and his associates pulled up in a gold convertible and started taunting him with derogatory language and threats of violence. His lawsuit says the music mogul's associates flashed guns and shots were fired. Representatives for Combs did not immediately respond, but they have denied all of the other civil lawsuits that have alleged sexual assault. A woman who filed one of those has now revealed her identity after the judge rejected her request to remain anonymous. Candace McCrary was 19 and in college in Brooklyn when she alleges Combs sexually assaulted her after a photo shoot.
This decision by this judge may have a chilling effect in that other people who want to go anonymous in their lawsuits against Sean Combs may think twice in terms of filing a lawsuit themselves.
More money, more problems. It's just the way it is.
And this morning, a former member of Combs' inner circle is speaking out. Diddy's rap protege, Moses Shine Barrow, was with him and his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez the night a gun went off inside a Manhattan club. Diddy was acquitted in the case, but Shine was convicted of assault, sentenced to 10 years in prison, and deported to his native...
I invite you to all my parties, you just haven't seemed to show up.
I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight.
That's a different type of party. Yeah. No, I mean the after party.
No, I know about them.
Is this the fall of music royalty, or just the beginning of a deeper takedown? Drop your theories in the comments and subscribe now, because the next leak might destroy everything.